Exhaust Zone goes into the hands of Team Chaos for now. Galaxy Racer once again spotted near to peak. Last breath not heading towards Sentosa this time around. And Vasio, well, MVP for the previous match, is definitely rushing and paving its way to one of the biggest castle compound of the grounds of Pochino.
Yeah, I think TG and Team Elite did have a brief glimpse of each other. So, Total Gaming definitely know what's up around their vicinity. We might see this early peak fight again, Tanya. And in fact, it's like you said, Team D and Last Breath, right? Two teams which are looking to lead the charts, looking to lead by example and continue to surprise us. Let's see if their early fight might ruin the other's day. For now, though, it's going to be Delete, who's the MVP for Game 3. I like the fact that Total Gaming are up here now. I feel like Total Gaming need this booyah. They need this win. And I feel like this, if they do it right now, might give them the best chance to contest towards the front.
Absolutely. This might give a good deciding factor as well, because now when you pick up the momentum, all you have to do is continue with the pace. We can see Total Gaming onto the grounds of Mill. Total of 4 kills coming in only from Delete. Into the previous match as well, we did say Delete was the only man surviving for quite too long, and that is how you build the title of MVP. Cape Town totally contested by Team Elite right now. The sports,
Yeah.
well, they are playing with the split of 2:1:1, which doesn't sound safe to me, at least not until the circle is created and you start getting closer. Team TSM going with the route, no difference at all, and it is Survivor 4M also heading towards this tiny bit of island there. Captains right
Yeah.
now into the grounds of Observatory with the split of 1:3. Team Chaos quite too close, and they have reunited as well. Look at 4 Unknown, they are the most scattered one.
Yeah, and like you said, TSM FTX employing that 2-2 split, right? They're always trying to get more loot. That's exactly what they're doing as well. This is where a lot of rotations are going to chime in. This is when, like you said, Team D, teams like TSM FTX who are going for that split approach, if they're not regrouping in the nick of time before a battle does emerge, they're going to be at a significant back foot. They're going to have a big disadvantage hanging and looming on the top of their head. SATUL. Couple of pop shots headed their way, and that's courtesy of Mr. JYT. You know, TSM FTX are still split. Two of their members are still yet to return from Mars Electric. It's a little worrying, Tanya, you know, when you're just having, you know, your buddy alongside you and you choose to take pop shots at a potential squad. Numbers not being your friend, not having a lot of cover to fall back upon, especially with a little bit of an open field before they do get to the containers. Doesn't put the best of odds in their favor, but with rotations chiming in and hopefully better rotate in towards SCTO's position, they stand a chance to deal a blow back.
Absolutely, they do stand a chance here. Let's see what is Mr. Gamer up to with the Woodpecker. Well, his crosshair is definitely on JYT, and FTX cannot afford to lose JYT so early on. He is the master of all weapons. He can play with any weapons available, and right now he's going ahead with Parafel AR. So with the advantage of upper ground, Mr. JYT is once again into the crosshair of Martin, and this time around Mind Gamer would not allow JYT to go, and also confirming, and this is going to be the first blood, ladies and gentlemen, in round 4 of total of 6 matches coming ahead. Now let's see Mind Gamer, what is he up to? It is a push coming in. It is going to be Mind Gamer versus Fabindro. Now I would say it is a little bit of more than riskier approach, revealing himself against 3 players.
Yeah, it's pretty risky, and SATUL, another big name that we're looking to see perform. Getting that first blood certainly a cool thing, right? TSM FTX, a man down, that split approach, taking that early fight. It never really looked to be in their favor, Tanya. One has to wait and understand as to why they committed so much for that. This game just became considerably harder for them, but not impossible. You know, they have a few obstacles that they can overcome. Nothing impossible. They just need to see if perhaps that late rotation perhaps panned into their favor. You can see that Last Breath have committed that rotation towards Sentosa, an area that we predicted might not get as much action, at least has a team who's going to ransack all the loot that they can find, right? That means that there's going to be another team with a lot of loot on their back and a lot of guns that could potentially go blazing towards the Thanos circle. We already see that kind of trend emerging towards the western side of the circle, where teams like, if I'm not mistaken, that's Team Chaos, Life Hackers, Captains, For Unknown are grouping towards. This might be a huge cluster of fights that we do get to see early on, which might be a nice shift space here in Bermuda.
Absolutely. So now we can see it into the top 5 kill leaders, Delete making its way into the top number one, and now followed by Taneja. Well, the Taneja is taking downshift here. But right now, if you look at team captains, they are also moving down right now. They are taking up a lot of damage coming in from Predator of Life Hackers, Nivesh, with the cover of the tower, also using the glue walls to pave their way. And now they are not denying this battle. They are not disengaging this battle. They look quite to more than prepared because Nivesh is also ready, and this is the pattern of play coming up from captains every single time. First, they push in with the grenades, but this time around, they are rooting for the hard cover, which is going to save them. And just in case if the player is also taken down, they might want to revive as well. Let's see what our
Yep.
life hackers up to. Well, we do see a grenade popping in coming from Sam, and it is not going to give a little bit of damage as well. It is a 4v4, and the fight of upper ground, lower ground. Upper ground having no cover at all, and lower ground having two hard compounds shared with the split of 50-50.
Yeah, Ginotra and Nivesh have been on quite this spree lately. Let's see if they're able to continue that trend. It's going to be crucial for them. They need to win this fight out clinically, Tanya. There's still a lot of, in fact, there's only been one player who's down, right? Every squad's doing a very, very good job of maintaining their man advantage. So them being on the back foot, they need to maximize their chance of a victory here. And they've tried to maximize their chances of winning this fight. Considering Sam is at such low HP, he needs to fall back and try to get some heals back in. That's enough room for captains to potentially commit even a rotation to the high ground if needs be. We've seen the split approach work quite a bit. And that's what life hackers are trying to rely on. Sam, he's gonna try and work the back lines while Anshul, Baby, and Predator are trying to buy as much distraction as humanly possible, navigating the real estate just adjacent to captains. A lot of this play is reliant on Sam and his ability to succeed. For now, though, Chrono Shields baited, Glue Walls baited, nades yet to come from Nivesh, so hoping for some fireworks. This is when Sam opts to open fire. It's given captains room to push, but Lifehack now have that ace up their sleeve. They're right next to the compound. Captains trying to retreat. Sam being set up in a position to succeed. Could not catch Nivesh off in rotation. This means that he needs to try regroup and play this a 4v4. Captains have done good to stay afloat so far, but now the battle is dead even.
Absolutely, battle is even right now. 4 versus 4. Sam tanking up a lot of damage with the hand cannon. He's not delivering as much damage as he can. He's trying to heal up, and now it is a close battle where Baby is able to take down Bablu. Will Bablu be revived is the question. Ginotra also looks ready with the grenade right now, and let's see who is going to be the victim right now. Bablu will be revived for sure. They are trying to at least attempt over here. Is this attempt going to be successful? Ginotra confirms the first frag and also uses the glue wall right on time, and now a push from life hackers is also trying to up their level. Nivesh has been taken down. What a perfect spray scene, and we can see it is going to be Sam versus Ginotra into the glue walls, and the glue walls are placed here and there, totally scattered. Nobody can see anybody at all, and Sam ultimately is able to reach out to one player, also confirm, and he is heading for the confirmation.
Yeah, really good stuff, right? That close range shotgun action. It's essentially at the edge of a sword. Anybody can come up. It's all about that millisecond you react. And right now, captains, they're trying their best to stay afloat. Both these teams suffering a lot of casualty. The Chrono Shield drop at the nick of timing gives Ginotra the upper hand and the confirmation as well. Predator with the Swag 7 trying to play close pursuit. Mind you, he's tagged relatively low. Both these players given a little bit of room, but it's Ginotra to try and make as much use of it. While Ginotra comes in with a heal, Predator, he pushes and he gets the kill, but it cost him so much. It's only one man left standing, Tanya. That's not good odds at victory here, considering there's still 11 squads up and 39 players with their boots on the server.
Absolutely, it is not good one, but indeed they are able to accumulate 4 kills. That is all the advantage that can be seen. Life hackers are onto the table bottom right now, and now with Predator only man surviving. It is team captains who had paid already enough, as we saw this team into top 4, and now certainly I feel after this loss they are going to stumble down badly. And Circle will also take shift real soon. If you look at Team Chaos, they are still holding the grounds of Shipyard. They will have to make their move real soon, or else they might stumble down and turn the victims of the zone. Survivor 4M
Yeah,
are also taking the rotation, and Team Chaos has got an easy entry with the launch pad here,
easy.
and they are within the circle. If you look at 4 unknown right now, well, they are into the cover of the bridge and into the open grounds as well. Calling the summon airdrops, well, they want to up their weaponry, and that is the key choice right now. If you look at Mill, Team Elite going as passive as possible, and RDP is trying to just get a 360 with the advantage of height. And once again, we are going to get to see a duel between Galaxy Racers and Team Elite. Well, we did see previous battle won by Galaxy Racer. This time the odds are different. Galaxy Racers Vasio is the first person who got spotted, and it is iconic. Is able to take down one player, which has to be Aman, and Killer. There's a trade fire as well where Killer has been taken down.
Yeah, for now though, Team Elite in superior position, initiating that fight, could opt for that revive. That's something Aman could not have the luxury of, because he was caught off guard. Vasio, is he gonna be ambitious and make his way out there? Marix, all the way in the back, gets completely deleted. Although, revive's coming in. Vasio, I cannot believe the courage on this man to go all the way through open fields and get the revive back up. Marix, he's safe and all, but his team is in hot lava, and they're trying to swim their way out of imminent death and disaster. Vasio, committing that rotation, now going out to that fight, was left hungry and disappointed. He took that fight on very uncomfortable terms and has been downed. Aman, he's trying to return the favor here. He knows that he needs to keep this dream alive. Golden, how could you recover from a complete wipeout? Team Elite, not only are they 4-man strong, but they are in a very, very good position. A perfect cartwheel. I cannot believe Galaxy Racers got caught off guard there. Just that one person split caused so much mayhem. You have to give it to Vasio though. 100% of courage put in that play to go and revive. That's something that you cannot see many players do, especially on a stage like this.
Absolutely. So now the revenge is taken coming up from Team Elite. Well, they did lose the previous battle, won this one. So the rivalry still continues because we still do have 2 more matches. But for now, Team D Esports is also seen here, and they are sharing the grounds with Team TSM on the edge of the circle, and only one team and enjoying the gala time within the circle. But it is UAV who would not allow any team to enjoy here. RDP is spotted. Total Gaming versus Team Chaos. Well, they're already starting to exchange some bullets. Arsalan has already been taken down. He will be revived for sure. Mafia doesn't want to want the revival to come in handy. He's trying to get a window peek. Well, certainly no is the answer coming up from Team Chaos. Arsalan will be revived. 4 versus 4 will be on as well. These spots is trying to go passive, trying to go sneaky. UAV would not allow that at all, and it was RDP who made a move under the influence of UAV, again going back foot. And now Last Breath versus TSM is way too close. Team SATUL and Last Breath might be the duel coming up front.
Yeah, it looks to be a pretty nasty duel. Both these teams, Iron Abuya, SATUL, they've had a phenomenal start here, but they need to carry it forward. They were the ones who, mind you, drew first blood. They're looking for more. They're sharks. They're hungry for it. In fact, close range. Martin is going to be ready. Backturn, chrono deployed. Instant deployment of a little bit of safety, but he feels a little too comfortable in the cocoon of blue walls. The nade just comes into confirmation of the kill, and this is just the undoing of SATUL. That initial man advantage is going to give Last Breath ample room to work with. Adam, he's going to aid Kaushik on the push. Mind Gamer trying to get as much done close range, but he falls short. Mr. Gamer now trying to run for his life, but is going to get completely wiped out. Last Breath, they could potentially be in that Last Breath, but that treatment gun is gonna come in clutch. The nade is beautiful to nature. He is just pooping nades like he's tossing pancakes for breakfast.
And each pan is landing into the plate perfectly. He's able to accumulate the kills once again. He's able to confirm 2 kills right now. Alex is the last man standing. How long can he stand? It is going to be the question, because Team Chaos just above him, and Alex is not going to race out alive here. Even if he does, Tech KK is already waiting. Well, with the cover of the mountain, with the cover of the hill, he is trying to hold on to position, and ultimately Tech KK will take him down with the shotgun. To Survivor for him gets eliminated on position 10 right now, with total of 19 24 players for Renown. All four players
Yeah.
standing tall right now and sharing the grounds with one player beneath them, which has to be Predator, the last man for his team from Team Life Hackers. Total Gaming still within the edge of the circle, and they were into the dead center. Now the circle takes the shift. With that shift, they're still into the circle, so it is not going to cost them any further. But for Team FTX, they've lost one player already. Last breath is the last man here. How long can he stand here? It is going to be 1v2 up there. Two Chrono Shields deployed,
Nah.
and last breath is eliminated. There was no chance that he could have survived here. Stoner with 3 kills, Fabindro with 2 kills. It is Old Monk who still needs to make sure that he survives. And the Grenade Man, well, he is also eliminated out of the lobby right now. 3 minutes, 17, 21 players. On an average, we can calculate that each team has 3 players alive. Well, Team Chaos with all 4 players, Team Elite having the advantage of height right now. They're able to take down Divine and already confirm him.
Oh, Team Elite, though, are not in the best of positions, Tanya. They're going to be in a position where they are going to be the ones gate kept. Let's see how they cope with that pressure. For now, though, it's going to be 4 unknown with similar pressure, where Total Gaming are the one trying to get the choke in. This is not going well for 4 unknown. It's only Swastik left standing from this Total Gaming Armageddon. 4 kills. Now, Total Gaming are looking to potentially bag on the Booyah as well, because they've come quite the distance here. Fozzy AJ now going to be taking the back foot from the fight, going to be getting the heal back in. Clutch utility for Total Gaming to plan for the hurdle that they're going to be ready to overcome, because the circle's right at the doorstep. They need to be the ones moving in as well. Not going to be an open field. In fact, the circle doesn't really favor anybody. Team Elite now going to be making the rotation in Swastik. Hide, and mind you, this is a similar play that worked against TSM FTX in game 1. So are Total Gaming going to be a victim of it as well? Mafia Bala gets that kill in a crucial moment, because he finds that kill. Now he has time to get back up on the heels. Though the lead has bit the dust. Team Elite, still 4-man strong. Killer though is killed as well. Team Elite starting to face the test of time. TSM FTX moving into the circle. Total Gaming in a perfect position to take this Booyah. 2 top-notch names up against them, but they're proven that this is where champions are from, and this is where they are champions as well. 2 versus 4. Iconic needs to deliver a sitter over Nate, but he's gonna be sitting down, son, as it's RDP to try and retaliate. Total Gaming 10 kills, looking to make this one 11th. Mafia, of course, Bristol closes the deal, and it's Total Gaming